Hey everybody, look at that sunset. It's blinding, literally, I can't see shit now. As you may have seen in the last video, I bumped into a lot of subscribers in one day. I think it was like 9 on one day, 3 the day before that, and then the day after that, the 9, which was today, I bumped into another 4 people. And these are all different people, because someone's like, is it just the same people again and again? It's like, no. Although one of them is a local guy who I do bump into quite regularly. People have asked me, like, is it weird to have that many people coming up to you, or is it weird to get recognised, or is it cool? Or people have said, you know, that must be such a cool feeling. And it is. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that people respect me, or maybe that's the way to say it, or, you know, or like me enough to want to come up and just shake my hand and say hello. And I really appreciate that. I mean, it's really a nice sort of gesture. You know, the individual person coming up to me, it's cool. I have no problems with it, you know. As long as they're not too, you know, like, oh my god, I can't believe it's you. Because, as I've always said, please don't treat me like I'm some fucking star. I'm not. I'm just a normal fucking guy. I really am. I'm no different to you. I just put a fucking camera on my head and talk about shit. And I don't even have that many subs. I mean, it seems very disproportionate how many people I bump into on a regular basis, how many different people I bump into. I've only got 28,000 subs. I don't have fucking hundreds of thousands of subs or anything like that. It's really bizarre. It can get tiring sometimes when you're just trying to get somewhere or do something, and in nearly every corner someone pops up. And I know that sounds ridiculous to say so, but it does happen. And like, I'm trying to do something and I bump into one person and I'm like, oh yeah, I might spend a minute talking to them. I mean, I don't want to like just disappear straight away. It'd be nice if I can actually spend a minute to talk to someone, you know, it shows appreciation. But when it keeps happening again and again throughout one day, it starts to actually take time up, because you're like, I'm just going here, and someone runs up and is like, hi, I just wanted to say hello, and you're like, hi, and then they just stand there and they're like, and you almost feel like they're like, perform for me. And it's like, hi, normal guy, you know. And I've talked about this before because it's not something I ever imagined I'd have to deal with. Even when I first bumped into a couple of people, you know, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. I still didn't expect to you know, be able to bump into that many people in one day, and that regularly, that I almost can't go out of the house without someone spotting me. I mean, quite often it's just a point and a wave from a fellow biker, and you realise they're not just like saying hi to a biker, they're saying hi to me, they recognise me. You know, that's the cool ones, you know, because you're like, hi! You're gone and you carry on doing what you're doing. I don't mind stopping and chatting to people. As I say, I enjoy talking to my subs, but sometimes I won't have the time to stop and talk to you. And that's no personal offence to you if I do sort of say, hi, sorry, I'm kind of busy, I'm getting on. So you get having a tiny skateboard. So it's awesome, basically, yeah, to have people come up and recognise me. On the other hand, it can be a little bit, you know, as I say, a little bit tiring, not the individual people, but just the amount in one day. And that sounds stupid, I sound like some fucking dickhead speaking like this. I can't believe it, to be honest, that I have to talk about the way that, oh, you know, people want to come up to me and I don't have time or something. I sound like a knob, but I'm not being a knob, I really am not. I really do put an awful lot of time into vlogging and that, and I do appreciate when people sort of say hi and say they appreciate the videos. And I've talked about this before, and I've made vlog talking about this exact thing before. But it just gets more and more, and I don't seem to ever lose that what the fuckness about it. I mean, there is another side to it that, you know, the majority of the people that I meet are really like, you know, they just treat me like a normal person, quite down to earth. But occasionally you get people who get a little bit obsessed. And I have had some people a little obsessed in the past, and I've had to be honest and just say, look, I can't handle you being like this. You know, I'm just a normal guy. I haven't got time to talk to you every 2 minutes or just talk about random shit. You know, I'm busy, and there's an awful lot of people that would like to do that. And if I did do that, I wouldn't have time to do the videos. I just spend all day talking to people. And I've had people say to me things like, oh, it's amazing that you actually reply to messages, you know, other vloggers don't do that. And, you know, mention certain names and say, oh, these people don't reply to messages. And I'm like, do keep in mind that, yes, I know I do try to, you know, reply to messages, and keeping in as much contact as I can via my Facebook and stuff like that, some of the other people out there that they were talking about have got an awful lot more subs than I've got. So it must get even harder. Jesus! You didn't want to slow down, did you, love? So it's even harder for them to be able to reply to all these messages, and they might even be more busy than I am. So just because a vlogger with an awful lot of subs won't reply to your message doesn't make them a dickhead. It's just, you're one of many. And that sometimes that's hard for people to sort of, I don't know, it seems like they don't quite get that bit. Like, someone will send me a message and 2 hours later put a question mark, like, come on, answer my question. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, that's pretty. So yeah, that kind of answers that question of what does it feel like to be recognised by so many people. And, you know, it's a new feeling to me, and it's strange, and I don't quite know how, you know, at times I'm like, what have I let myself in for? I mean, imagine if I got to 60,000 subs. Does that mean I'm not going to be able to walk out of my house without, like, 15 people jumping on me? I really hope not. It's, yeah, I think it's the disproportional amount of people that I meet compared to how many subs I have, and compared to how many, what, like, other vloggers, how many they bump into. I mean, how often is Baron spotted? You know, he's in England, fuck ton more subs than I've got. Maybe it's the fact that he's not quite so recognisable. Maybe, I don't know. I've not heard of him talking about meeting lots and lots of people. And yeah, there is times that I see a bike behind me as I'm on my way home, and I'm thinking to myself, does this person know who I am? Are they following me? What are they doing? And I'll go, you know, I'll double back and shit and do some sneaky fucking route just in case. And I know that sounds paranoid, but you know, it's realistic, because as nice as everyone is to me, there might be people out there that don't want to be quite so nice. So, you know, keeping a bit of privacy is a good idea. Might want to put your light on, mate. I didn't really see him then. I actually sort of looked at him and was like, what's that? Oh, it's a fucking bike. It's blended in so well. Oh, it's so much nicer out now. It's been so hot today, and even though I've got my leather jacket back, as you can see, last time I put it out I wasn't even fucking wearing it. I felt like a prat. Yeah, I had the zip fixed. Wasn't even as cheap as I was hoping. It was like 40 quid for just the zip to be done plus postage. Cheaper than a bit of buying a new jacket, but yeah, it wasn't as cheap as I was hoping. I think one of the reasons why it's so strange to accept, because I have such a split 50-50 type life. I almost live two lives. You know, I've got the whole vlogging and all of that, and that's who I really feel like I am, you know. That's the thing that I enjoy doing, and I wish that I could somehow turn it into more of a career for myself, rather than having the other side of my life, which is basically being a cook in a pub, you know, treated a little bit like an idiot. You know, it's very strange to go from one side, which is, you know, I'm not asking for special treatment or anything, but to go from, you know, being respected and people think I have some intelligence there, you know, and you know, like me for being me. Why the hell, when I've got this stuff going on one side of my life, this much stuff, why haven't I managed to turn that into, you know, something that's actually doing me a career-wise? Whether that just be working in like a bike dealership or a bike shop or something related to it. But alas, no. And I see myself sat there looking through the job ads trying to find a new job, because I really can't be standing up too much anymore. We've obviously been told my foot's pretty knackered beside what they did to it. And it's like, well, I could kind of do with getting a job that's less strenuous on my feet and less long hours and that. I'm like, you're fucking joking. Put some fucking lights on. Lights, these things. Cock nose. But there is another side to that, you know, because can I rely on YouTube for the rest of my life? Is it going to develop into a career which is going to see me good, or am I going to need something else to rely on, you know, a real world type skill. I really do feel like I'm in some sort of a transitional phase in my life, you know, and I'm starting to really understand what it is that I want and don't want, and unfortunately wants and needs are two different things, so I can't do some of the things I want to do. I need to do things that I don't want to do to survive, you know, and pay the bills. I basically break even every month as far as ingoing and outgoings go. It'd be nice to change that around a little bit. So yeah, basically that's kind of how I feel about everything and how it's changing my brain a little bit. It's interesting. But I'm just being completely honest with you. I'm telling you exactly how I feel about things, whether you think that any of that makes me seem like a dickhead or stupid or whatever. Okay, whatever. Might as well be a truthful thing rather than talking shit. Oh, this is lovely. This is really nice. Oh. It's moments like this that you dream all winter long for, when you're not cold, cruising a nice warm summer evening. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Gorgeous, absolutely fucking gorgeous. Unless you've gone through the whole like becoming popular, having people coming up to you type experience, you're not going to fully understand what it's like. And I think that's one of the reasons why some motovloggers have very good motovlogging friends. As you know, I'm good friends with Jake and quite a few other people. And it's because they understand what it's like. They're in the same game, as it were. Need I say any more? Well, as I say, this is the guy that I bump into a lot. Well, what a funny old pickle I've gone and got myself in. How did I manage this one? Oh dear. Honestly, I can't believe half the shit that I've just been saying about, because it's just mental. You littered, you dick. And you're not indicating. Oh, now you're indicating. Well done you. Well done you. You found it there eventually, did you? Oh, weaving to the other side of the road, doing 20 in a 40. What are you doing in there? You're doing something you shouldn't be. You texting? Wanking? It's wanking, isn't it? You're drive wanking, although you got a friend in there, so it's like voyeuristic drive wanking. Maybe he's wanking him off. Maybe that's why he's all over the place, because the other guy's got hold of his gear stick. Recognising who I am then. That makes you the 12th people in 2 days. Oh, fuck me. True.